When I was a little girl, I remember my mom asking me to help clean out my grandfather's house. And at one point, I was on the porch and I was moving furniture around, and a swarm of bees chased me and attacked me. And I got stung multiple times. I remember just being so upset because I don't like it. It was just so bad. And I remember saying, Mom, like, I hate bees. And she was like, no, they're actually very important. Like, they're the reason why we have food and certain plants. And ever since then, I've always been fascinated by bees. And a lot of people are afraid of them and think they're pests, but they're actually very friendly and they're in danger of being endangered. According to the National Institute of Food and Agriculture, the bee population has been decreasing year by year since before 1997, meaning that gradually it's getting worse and it's affecting the entire ecosystem. Since they're pollinators, it means that they pollinate flowers and they support the growth of trees and other plants, which are food to many different animals. So as you can see, it's a chain in the ecosystem. Without the bees, they're at the beginning, and without them, it will gradually decrease. So on this chart, you can see from starting in 2006, the amount of the colonies that weren't lost from the honeybees. And as you can see, in 2016, it's almost the highest. Since the amount of bee deaths are increasing majorly, people, because of this, people are starting to not support pesticide companies that are killing the bees. So, for example, if someone is buying like a bug repellent for a mosquito or any other other insect, they don't know that it's not just killing the insect they want to kill, but it's killing bees. So some of the crops that are dependent on the pollination are apples, almonds, blueberries, cherries, avocados, onions, grapefruit, honey, and bananas, and a lot more. And as you can see here, this is an example of what your average supermarket looks like. Tons of fresh food, organic options. And over here, this shows you your produce choice without bees. As you can tell, it's very scarce. And the prices will also go up. So the major cause of the bee being endangered are pesticides like aerosol, which are created by companies like Bayer and Syngenta. And those are two of the major pesticide companies. And a lot of people try banning them, and they're not allowing it because they make a lot of money. So, in addition, if you farm non-organically, you are also causing issues because you're using pesticides. So a solution for this problem is to farm organically and shop organically. It conserves water, it keeps our water source clean, and it's also the natural form of farming that uses no pesticides or chemicals. It relies on procedures such as crop rotation, manure, and compost. And organic means that it is a labeling term that shows agricultural product was produced through approved methods. So as I said before, the companies that support having pesticides like Bayer and Syngenta, they believe that the GMOs help production and the neonicotinoids may be needed to fulfill forming pesticides. But that's actually not true. According to the Refuge System for National Wildlife, they explain that the seeds treated with neonites give rise to plants with tissues that contain compounds, and they could harm the non-target species, meaning that they harm the bees. And as you can see here, it's you shouldn't use the neonicotinoid pesticides. So the reasons why the bees matter is because they're 85% of the plants exist because of them, and more than 100 types of crops are pollinated by bees in the US. Does anyone have any questions so far?
I do.
Yes?
Where can you find these organic food that without pesticides in this area?
You can find them at your local health food store. Actually, locally to Belmar, we have Matt's Farm Market where you can pick some up.
Oh, thank you.
That's it.
I have a question.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Question.
hang on.
Question.
Do you like honey?
Yeah. That was so freaking bad.